This is my 13th video, and today I have Chris Rubio, goes by Rubio. He is probably one of my favorite speakers. He is fantastic. He is a college athlete. He was a teacher, I think it was, and now he runs his own long snapping camps, which I didn't really know much about long snapping until I met him. And I think I was looking at the date, and I think it was right around like 2009, 2010 is when I actually met you, when I lived down in Lewiston. So now I know all about long snapping. So I watch football a little bit because of you. So just kind of tell us a little bit about you for the people that don't know who you are, and then we're going to go into some fun stuff, some branding. So let us know a little bit about you.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Chris Rubio. Everyone just calls me Rubio, like you said. Born and raised in Southern California, a city called Covina. It's probably about 20 miles east of Los Angeles, 20 miles north of Disneyland. Went to school at UCLA, played football there, had a great time, ended up being a teacher out of there instead of trying to keep going professionally due to some back injuries, which are always fun. Taught middle school history for 8 years. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. It was just me telling stories nonstop. Couldn't stand the meetings, but no one really likes meetings anyway, so that's understandable. From there, I started working with a guy named Chris Saylor, who runs Chris Saylor Kicking. Started doing long snapping instruction. Did both of them together, teaching and long snapping camps and instruction for about 4 years. Then the long snapping instruction became just too much, and I couldn't handle it with teaching. So I made the courageous, we'll use that word, decision to leave teaching and become a full-time long snapping instructor and run camps. In hindsight, I look back at that and I think, oh my God, what an idiot. But it worked out really, really well. And now I live in northern Idaho. I live up in northern Idaho, in Lewiston, Idaho. It's closer to Canada than it is Boise. And I live here, I run camps, run about 30 camps per year, hundreds of lessons per year, and I've had over 1,000 long snappers go to college and the NFL.
That's awesome. Yeah. We were just talking before this, is that how you have adjusted with canceling camps and stuff. So what are you doing now?
Yeah, so I ran about 3 of my spring camps already, and then my Seattle camp was coming up, and I had to postpone Seattle, San Francisco, where else? Dallas, Chicago, and Boston. And so I was thinking, okay, everyone's kind of asking me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I said, let me try a couple of virtual lessons. And it's really paid off. We're doing FaceTime and filling the slots a lot and working with kids all over the country. It's just bizarre to see, this morning I was in New York, and I've been in Atlanta, and I've been, in Indiana. And so it's working really well, and the kids are benefiting from a lot, and, everyone's at home. So it gives me a chance to speak to the parents as much as the kids, because they tend to pay attention just a tad more.
Yeah, exactly. So what Chris has also done is what I think is fantastic, is he has created a brand around what he's doing and who he is. So when you see his logo, when you see his face, it's a whole brand. And I got to hear him speak a little bit in Social Media Week about what he does with media, but I kind of want to focus on the branding. What is it that you do, and the importance of branding for yourself and for what you're doing?
Well, it's one of those things that even when I was teaching, you had to create a brand of who you are and what you do and who you are, basically what you are, so to speak. And the thing that with my long snapping, I'm teaching people to long snap. We're not solving cancer. We're not working for NASA. It's not that hard of a thing. And there's several people across the world that can probably try to teach long snapping. I knew that I needed to bring out my personality in order to get my point across, to get people to understand exactly why Rubio over someone something else. And it became with the colors. Like, you always see me in sort of this like neon yellow shirt. You always see the cleanly shaved head. I'm usually wearing sunglasses if I'm outside. I'm always outside. And with teaching really helped me because I'm not a petite human being. We're looking at 6'2", 240 pounds. If you saw me walking down the street, you're like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? I really don't come off as that friendly if you do not know me. Once you get to know me, you're like, oh, he's got a nice personality. He's a good guy, okay? So with teaching, I was teaching 6th graders, which is like 11, 12-year-old kid, and they're very young, teeny tiny. And I realized that I'm a scary human being to them. And I don't want to be a scary human being. No one's going to pay for services from a scary human being. So as much as my wife can't stand it all the time, the branding for me is the whole look plus the smile. You know, you'll see so much of my things, I always start with a smile because it's more friendly. Because if I looked at you like this, it's angry Rubio. But you always see this. You know, that's become the brand where everyone knows. Where if I'm doing videos at night, I've been doing the 3 things videos every night, and it always starts with a big smile. It's like, hey man, wash your hands, dude. Let's do it. You know, and then it works on form, and then hey, go thank a coach or something like that. But the branding for me has been just making everyone understand exactly who I am from inside out. And when you see the smile, when you see the look, when you see the sunglasses, it becomes that's who I am. That's my brand.
Yeah, that's great. And then I see like on social media with that too, it's, you know, what you get from even going to all of your platforms with quotes, videos, things like that. I guess talk a little bit about the importance of that consistency with your brand.
Yeah, people need consistency. People want consistency. You know, why do people buy Apple products? Because they consistently work. Why does people buy a Honda Accord if it's not the flashiest car in the world? Because it gets you from point A to point B over and over and over. And the consistency with my social media is just like a long snapper. You know, if I told you to have, long snappers, and if I said name 10 of them, you couldn't do it because I don't want you to, because their consistency is the key for their greatness. Okay, it's one of those, you never know about a long snapper until they mess up, and I don't want you to know any of my long snappers' names. That's great. You shouldn't. All right. And so with my business, my model, my branding, I want consistency. Every single day, you start off with a quote of the day. So when you wake up, you look at your phone, you're always going to see Rubio's quote of the day to start your day. It's motivational, get you going in the right direction. And I try to be consistent with my posts throughout the day. You know, so you're going to end with certain things at night, throughout the day, middle afternoon. So you're always expecting something. You're always expecting something, because with everyone swallowing information so quickly, if you have 8, 9, 10 hours, let alone days of inconsistency, you're trash. There's just other people that can fill your void so quickly in today.
So great. Perfect. Let's kind of wrap it up with, give us some advice or some people out there that are working on building their brand, whether an entrepreneur, a business owner, whatever it is. A lot of real estate agents I see trying to get creative. Give some pointers of how you can build your brand for people out there.
Well, like you said, be consistent, number one. Show who you are. Have a personality. I mean, that's a big thing. Is if I'm going to buy something off person A or person B, I'm going to buy a person who's got a better personality. You know, I want to be able to sit there, talk to them. So if I do have a question about buying the house or leasing the house or buying a sweatshirt or a sweater, it doesn't matter. I want to talk to the more friendly person. That's common, simple things here. And the more people can just get out of their comfort zone a little bit and learn new things, whether it's on social media or just going out to virtually meet people now, because we can't, meet anyone right now. It's such a benefit. It's such a benefit. And you can convey your message to such a huge audience now with social media. And as long as you have a good message and your branding's great, hey, you're going to win.
Awesome. Well, anything else to add about long snapping, branding, anything?
Nah, just check out Rubio Long Snapping. Make sure you follow Chris Rubio on social media, all that good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rubio.
Not a problem at all, Tab.